In this video, we're going to discuss hexadecimal, binary, and decimal conversions with an emphasis on the conversion of hexadecimal numbers to decimal. In previous videos, I explained how to convert binary to decimal and decimal to binary. Please refer to those videos if you're not sure how to do binary to decimal and decimal to binary conversions. Hexadecimal is really important in networking. As an example, on my Windows machine, if I type ipconfig/all, and I'm going to pipe that to more so that we see one page at a time, what you'll notice is that on my network interface card, so my local area connection, I have a Broadcom NetExtreme Gigabit Ethernet card with this MAC address. So hexadecimal is used to identify MAC addresses, but it's also used to identify IP version 6 addresses. Let's discuss MAC addresses. I'll ping a device, so this is my default gateway. As you can see over there, when I type ARP-A, I can see that the IP address of the default gateway was resolved to this MAC address. As an example, if I ping 192.168.56.240 and then do ARP-A, I can see that that IP address was resolved to this MAC address. Now that is a Cisco router, so I'll telnet to the router, log in, show interface F0/0. So here's the command. Shows me the IP address and MAC address of the router. I'll open up another CMD prompt in Windows. So ARP-A, notice on my local PC, that IP address of the router over here has been resolved to this MAC address, which is correct. That's the MAC address of the router. Now on a router, you have the MAC address that it uses, as well as a burned-in address or BIA address. That's the address that was burnt into the network interface card by the manufacturer. You also have something similar in Windows. So this is my network interface card in Windows. And if I go to Properties and configure the network interface card, under Advanced, I have this option, Network Address. So the MAC address of my local network card is shown here, but I can change that to AAA, BBB, CCC as an example. So I'm changing the MAC address from what the manufacturer set it to this new MAC address. Now, I may lose my telnet connection because I've changed the MAC address, but I could telnet back to the router. Show interface F0/0 shows me the MAC address of my router as it's configured and the burnt-in address. And I could do something similar. So on the Cisco router, I could specify the MAC address as, let's say, AAA, BBB, EEE. So I've changed the MAC address of the interface. So show interface F0/0. Notice the MAC address is now this. Previously the MAC address was this. ARP-A shows me the new MAC address on my local Windows machine. And show ARP on the router shows me MAC addresses of devices in the network. So the IP address on my local PC is 192.168.56.199. And you can see that MAC address in the output here. Some of these other duplicate MAC addresses are because of network address translation that's been configured on this router. So I wouldn't worry about that for the moment. What I'd like you to see is when I look at the running configuration of this router, I have changed the MAC address to this value. And when I look at the ARP cache on the PC, I can see that entry on my local PC. So understanding hexadecimal can be important in networking because simple things such as working with MAC addresses or IP version 6 require that you have an understanding of hexadecimal. So I'll now explain how to convert hexadecimal to binary and to decimal.